Today I'll be telling you my thoughts on the new follow-up character ASHVEIL. From my first impressions, and I say this with no bias, I actually kinda like his kits, even though it could be better in some aspects. At first glance, he seems to be the new best in slot for Feixiao, which is most likely true. He gives 40% def shred by existing, which is pretty ridiculous, because that's literally Payla's whole fucking kit. Not to mention his FUA buff and his own personal damage. With his thousands of multipliers, he probably do around the same damage as Feixiao in her team, which is kind of crazy. You're basically doubling her output effectively by adding her in your team. Topaz needs to take notes because this is how you function as a 5-star FUA sub DPS. He also synergizes with Feixiao due to her not caring about killing enemies, meaning even though ASHVEIL is greedy for enemy kills, it really doesn't matter in a team with Feixiao. He can have all the last hits and it wouldn't impact her at all. Now, as for the flaw that I was talking about in the intro, it's definitely his FUA frequency. It's closer to Cypher and Topaz when we actually needed something like Moze. The reason Moze was pretty much Feixiao's BIS for over a year, despite being a 4-star, is his obscene FUA frequency. His ability to battery her is so ridiculous that any buff or personal damage from 5-star options just simply couldn't compete with him. But honestly, I think ASHVEIL will be different. He definitely has what it takes to dethrone Moze handily. But that's not enough for me. We got Dahlia for Super Break that increased their efficiency by like 500%, and we can't even get a 5-star FUA option that doesn't come with any strings attached. Shit is kind of unfair at this point. If ASHVEIL has everything and Moze's frequency, Feixiao will dominate the game again really easily. For any ASHVEIL fans that don't have Feixiao or refuse to play with her due to them not working completely flawlessly with each other, then you're in luck. ASHVEIL is actually surprisingly viable as a main DPS too. He can work with a traditional FUA team involving Bronya and Robin, with the last slot being flexible, although I recommend Cypher in that slot. With how high his multipliers are, he might even replace Feixiao altogether, but I feel like that's not Hoyo's intention. They definitely intend for him to be a sub DPS or support, so they'll double down on that. Regardless, as ASHVEIL's kit is actually really coherent aside from the one flaw I mentioned, definitely a step up from the Elation beta we had last month. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.